Hello students, this is Preeti Mule, Associate Professor, Modern Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences. Today, we'll be studying antipsychotics, which is a topic of Medicinal Chemistry 1 in the 4th semester. There is a saying that there is no cure for schizophrenia, but symptomatic control is done. So firstly, we'll be seeing what schizophrenia is. It is a mental disorder where person can't grasp reality and shows behavioral or cognitive dysfunction. Schizophrenia has positive symptoms which are namely abnormality of normal function leading to presence of inappropriate behaviors like delusions, which is false belief, and hallucination, which is false perception, speech disturbances, etc. Negative symptoms are loss of normal function leading to absence of appropriate behaviors, lack of motivation, social withdrawal, lack of interest in fun activity, and lack of response to questions. So we can say that schizophrenia is for life. When we try to look into the causes, we don't know the exact cause, but it is believed that excess of dopamine activity is the reason for the disease. The evidence for this is that first drugs for psychosis was chlorpromazine, and it is a D2 antagonist. Antipsychotic drugs like have Parkinson-like symptoms. Drugs that promote dopamine activity like L-Dopa and amphetamine produce or increase schizophrenia. There is increase in the number of brain dopamine receptors. Counter evidence of dopamine hypothesis: the older drugs are not effective in all patients. Newer or typical drugs have low affinity for dopamine receptors. Drugs that block the N-methyl D-aspartate produce more schizophrenia than even drugs that promote dopamine. This suggests that dopamine is involved. Now, we'll see the major dopamine pathways and the associated diseases. The first one is the nigrostriatal pathway, and the disease associated with it is extrapyramidal symptoms, which is because of low dopamine. The mesocortical pathway, which is because of high dopamine, and it causes negative symptoms of schizophrenia. The mesolimbic pathway, which is also because of high dopamine, and it causes positive symptoms of schizophrenia. The tuberoinfundibular pathway causes the prolactin hormone deficiency. Ideally, we would want dopamine blockade only in the mesocortical or the mesolimbic pathway, but this has not been realized till now. Dopamine and extrapyramidal symptoms. We studied in Parkinson that dopamine is a neurotransmitter involved in movements, that is basically in balance with acetylcholine. When dopamine levels increase due to action of antipsychotic drugs in all dopamine pathways, the movement-related disorders are called extrapyramidal symptoms, that is EPS, and EPS symptoms arise, which include akinesia, that is inability to initiate movement, akathisia, which is inability to remain motionless, and acute dystonia, that is twisting of the muscles. This was a brief introduction of the antipsychotics. Thank you.